What's happening? What's happening? What's happening in Spokane? In Spokane with Linda. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening in Spokane? In Spokane with Linda.
Hi, it's the What's Happening show with Linda Samberg, and I have a family that recommended that I take my puppy to Valor K9 Academy. Did I say that right, Amy?
You did.
So I enrolled Ignatius P. Baggins in his first puppy class at 3 months of age. I walked into the first day of class and found my little pug was the littlest puppy there and the only toy puppy in the group. His fellow students were German Shepherds, Labs, and all generally huge dogs. But my pug marched right in there, and we are on our 5th week of training. And I have today, Yay, the owner of Valor K9 Academy, and it's Amy. And Amy, thank you for being with us at KSBN. And I also have Brad Kimmer, who keeps KSBN running smoothly, and my show running smoothly. And hi, Brad.
Hello, Linda. Now, you said my last name correctly. What's Amy's last name?
You can't do that to me.
I just did.
You just did.
Amy Pishner.
There you go.
Look at
You
that.
got
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Way to go, Linda.
I read it on the paper, but yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. So, first, we are going to get your full name, Amy, and find out a little bit about your family.
All right. So Amy Marie Pishner, if you want to know.
Pretty.
Middle name there. So I am married with 3 dogs. All of my family is in other states. So my parents live in Wisconsin, which is where I was raised. And then in the wintertime, they go down to Florida, get into that Florida sunshine. I have a brother in the military in Florida, a sister in Tennessee, a sister in Wisconsin, and then my parents have 2 adopted children that live with them as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Do you get together very often?
A couple times a year.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be heading out there for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you're kind of a traveler. Everybody has to go from places to get together. Okay. And I have to ask you how you became a dog trainer.
Yeah, valid question. So dogs were kind of my passion as a child growing up. I had a collie named Lady, and we rescued her, and she and I did everything together. So she was kind of my best friend growing up. I did talent shows with her, show and tells, different contests, basically experimented with different things. So from there, growing up in high school and in the military, I didn't have a dog with me at that time. So I volunteered, worked with rescue groups, spent a lot of time at the shelter helping out. And that kind of started to develop my love for all dogs, not just, my childhood dog. After I got out of the military, I decided to pursue that passion and went full-time into dog training.
Oh. Now, you volunteered a lot at the shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Do you and I'm assuming you're going to recommend working at the shelter. I always wondered if it would be too sad.
I think it just depends on how you look at it. Is the glass half empty or half full? These are a lot of fantastic dogs that are just waiting for the right family. So when I spent time at the shelter, I just helped with whatever they needed, whether it was cleaning kennels or spending time with the dogs, taking them for walks. I really enjoyed getting to know them. And once I got to know the shelter volunteer coordinator a little bit better, she actually started letting me take home 1 puppy on the weekend when I was in the military, and I got that puppy adopted out. So total about 30 dogs,
Nice.
1 a week for about half a year. So that was, kind of the upside to volunteering and seeing, all those dogs that needed homes and being able to one by one help get them adopted. And I still hear from some of those families. They're doing well 5 years later.
Oh, that's so
Excellent.
neat. What
Yeah.
a neat story. And what a neat way to get your feet wet in working with different animals, with different dogs.
Absolutely.
In your case. Okay. Now, are you affiliated with a dog training association?
So I am a certified balanced dog trainer. I'm a member of the Association of Professional Dog Trainers and an approved AKC Canine Good Citizen evaluator.
Okay. So what do you have to go through to get that certification?
So there's actually no certification process officially for dog training. There's no national certification board. There are various schools that you can go to. So I went to the largest dog training school in the world. It's called Samberg Academy down in Texas. Got my canine training and behavior specialist certification down there. Spent 3 months there. From there, I went to Von Lick Kennels, which is the world's largest supplier of military and police working dogs in Indiana. Oh. And I spent about 4 months there going through their dual-purpose handler and trainer certification process.
Wow.
So worked on the pet dog side in Texas, and then worked on the military dog side in Indiana.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Was the training hard?
It was. The pet dog side of things I caught on to very quickly because it was pretty familiar to me. I'd done a lot of research going into it. Graduated at the top of my class, so that was pretty fun.
Hey.
Yeah. On the flip side of that, the military and working dog side was all brand new to me. So we're talking German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, Labs, Goldens, drug detection dogs, bomb detection dogs, tracking, apprehension. All of that was new. So I didn't know anything about bite work or detection. It was definitely challenging, but I was the first student to go straight from their handler course into their trainer course in about 30 years. So they were like, hey, you're good. Do you want to move on and do the trainer's course? So that was a pretty big compliment, I thought.
Absolutely.
You're exceptional. Well, when you were in training down there, where did you stay?
When I was in Texas, I stayed on campus. They have mobile homes, basically, for all the students, so I shared a home with another student. And then when I was in Indiana, I was in, it was a little teeny tiny apartment that fit my budget, and I slept on an air mattress.
That's dedication for you.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually brought Zoey with me both times, one of my dogs, but I just, stayed on campus in Texas and then stayed in the apartment in Indiana.
Fantastic.
Made it work.
Fantastic.
Now, what kind of a dog is Zoey?
So Zoey is my oldest and my first personal dog. She is a Border Collie Australian Shepherd, and she's now 7.
I have met Zoey. She's super smart.
Very smart.
Yeah, she doesn't give my dog the time of day.
Nope, she's very indifferent. When she's in a group setting, she's all eyes on me and what I want her to do.
Yeah. So when you were in these places, you were full-time just training.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Very committed by that time. You had to be.
Yes. Yeah. Eating, sleeping, breathing, working dogs and pet dogs, everything I could learn, soaking it up.
Oh, very fascinating, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
and these type of military dogs are in high demand right now, aren't they?
They are, especially since 9/11, even in higher demand, especially the bomb detection dogs.
And whenever you see work along the Mexican border, there's a lot of drug-sniffing dogs at the checkpoints and stuff like that. So,
yeah, absolutely. All military bases have, canine units. A lot of police departments have canine units, and then there are also a lot of new startup companies that offer private detection services as well. So definitely a lot of demand for it.
And I would think it's pretty costly to train a dog to do these services. It must take quite a length of time, right?
Yes. A lot of the dogs in the States here are actually sourced from Europe. And in Europe, it's basically a weekend hobby to breed and raise dogs for either sport dog prospects or working dog prospects. So we have vendors in the United States here that go to Europe on dog buy trips, essentially, and they will evaluate the dogs that are generally between 12 and 18 months of age, sometimes older if they're titled, as working dog prospects to purchase and bring back to the States.
Okay.
Depending on what that dog's level of training is, their titling, health testing, pricing ranges anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 for a dog.
Amazing.
Yeah. Are they mainly purebreds?
Actually, no.
Okay.
They're all over the board. So
okay.
Purebred isn't as important in the working dog world as ability.
Okay.
So sometimes it takes breeding this German Shepherd to that Belgian Malinois in order to get what you're looking for genetically. It's an art. A lot of them are purebreds, but there's also some mixing back there a couple generations back.
These animals are worth their weight in gold, too. I get emails from the Spokane Sheriff's Department, the K9 unit is always doing apprehending or doing something. They're very utilized greatly.
Yeah.
What does titled mean?
So titled is Schutzhund IPO generally, and that is the German European dog sport. It's titling for tracking, for obedience, and for bite work. And they have different levels of titles.
Okay. I'm glad I asked that.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long have you been in your current location?
So we have been here in Spokane for 3 years now. I started this location in June of 2015 with my husband. So we're just past the 3-year mark now.
Oh, and also very popular.
Thank you.
She's super busy.
We are very busy.
Yeah, and recommended by several people.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, and you own 3 dogs?
3. Yep.
3 dogs.
3 dogs. So we have Zoey, the Australian Shepherd Border Collie. Havoc is a 4-year-old working line German Shepherd. And then Yeti is a 4-year-old Australian Shepherd.
Oh, all big dogs.
50 pounds and over,
Big dogs.
Huge compared to Iggy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Iggy the pug puppy. Yeah, and Amy is not very big. Which I think is very interesting. You know, Amy is a little thin. How tall are you, Amy?
5'5".
Yeah, 5'5". And what's soaking wet, Amy? I know. That's a
115.
Yeah.
120.
Yeah, and she deals with these huge dogs.
That's the thing in training, though. Size doesn't matter. It's all about mindset. I do deal with dogs that are bigger than me, dogs that are stronger than me, but it's all the mindset. It's the technique going into it. Just like jiu-jitsu, you don't have to be the biggest guy in the room. You just have to have the best technique. It's the same in dog training. So they don't know that they're bigger than me because I think I'm bigger.
Oh, and isn't that cool? Isn't that hopeful? Actually, that's hopeful to me, too. Actually. Yeah. In walking, I have a big dog. I walk. But, okay. Now, I'm going to ask you, what do you offer at Valor K9?
So we offer private lesson training, both at the facility and in home. We do group training, everything from the puppy class that you're in, basic, intermediate, advanced, and we're going to be adding a couple new classes this spring. So we'll be doing a therapy dog class as well as e-collar training. We do a board and train program, which varies based on the dog's age and what the training need is. So puppies, social dogs who need obedience training, and then aggressive or fearful dogs who need rehabilitation. We have 3 different board and train programs. And then we also offer private boarding for our clients as well as the general public.
Oh, you mean I could stay at your place?
Well, not you, but you. I mean, you could if you wanted to, Linda.
That makes sense. Okay.
But Iggy can.
Well, of course, that's what that means.
Linda, are you crate trained?
Yeah.
Are you housebroken?
Sometimes it'd be okay to hide in a crate. But anyway.
I've had clients ask to send their husbands to me for training.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Husbands and kids, no. Dogs, yes.
It sounds very busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you have help.
We do, yes. So I work full-time, of course. My husband helps out after he gets home from his day job, which he's full-time in the military. And then we have a couple of trainers who work with us. We have Courtney. She's a full-time trainer. Candace is a full-time trainer. And then we haven't mentioned it yet, but we have another location in Tennessee. So our Tennessee location has a trainer as well. That was the original startup location that I opened in 2014.
Oh, so you have a business. Your business is also in Tennessee.
Yes.
That is you in Tennessee. Oh,
yep.
Very interesting. Okay, okay. So if I went on vacation, though, and I just wanted to board Iggy, you would do that for me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, we do boarding at the facility, and then we also have our trainers and our staff members will take dogs in their home. So very home-like, relaxed atmosphere for your dogs. And we only take a couple dogs at a time each, so it's very personalized.
Yeah. So I imagine you're booked up a lot.
It just depends. Holidays definitely fill up first.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. How do you give all those dogs the required like exercise that they need?
I stay very busy.
I can
Maybe
imagine.
that's why I'm so thin. But
Yeah,
we do
that
a
makes
variety of different things with them. You know, it's not a matter of taking your dog for a walk for 3 hours out of the day for them to be tired. We do treadmill training, we do sheep herding, we do agility, we do fit pause. We provide them with the physical exercise they need, the mental exercise, the brain challenges, as well as the training. So it's not necessarily putting in the set number of hours each day, but having the right technique to provide the dog with their basic needs to have a tired, happy, well-behaved dog.
So you don't have to be all tired out to tire out your dog.
Right.
It doesn't sound like it. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My dogs can do 10 miles on the treadmill while I mop the floor.
That's interesting, the treadmill training. That would be interesting, how you keep them on the treadmill, how they stay happy on the treadmill. Yeah, and I know you have a special class that you do that in.
Yes, our drop-in class.
Yeah, that way. And it's a drop-in class. Oh, well, so anybody could probably come then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you had a massage class.
We did.
Really?
We
Yeah.
had a professional masseuse come out and teach a group class so our clients can learn how to massage their dogs. It was fun. Everybody liked it.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Was that a drop-in class too?
It was. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back with Amy Pishner of the Valor K9 Academy in just a moment.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With private healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready. And health insurance is your financial safety net. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-664-2612. That's 800-664-2612. 800-664-2612.
Okay, and we're back with Amy, and my dog Iggy, the pug, loves the puppy class. So how old does a puppy have to be enrolled in class, and what is the oldest a puppy can be in your class?
We take puppies as young as 10 weeks of age, as long as they've had their first set of vaccination at least 1 week prior to the class. And then 6 months is our cutoff for the drop-in puppy class. But we, of course, work with dogs of all ages.
Okay. And she has a very full class. I mean, how many was in that class on Monday?
On Monday, we had 12.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
We generally have, I'd say, 8 to 10 in class, but some weeks, like the other day, are definitely busier.
Yeah.
It fluctuates.
So with that many dogs, what happens if you have a problem child, so to speak?
In the puppy classes, we generally don't. So we have a set curriculum that we follow where the first half of class we do the obedience training, we take a break, we do Q&A and different topic training, and finish with puppy play. Now, if an owner is having a very specific issue with their dog, we can definitely take the time to answer that question in the Q&A portion or cover it in the class. But if it's something that they need specific help with, we generally recommend the private lessons so that we can work one-on-one with them.
Certainly.
But we really haven't had any problem puppies in class because we kind of cater our curriculum to make sure that they are working and they're busy and they're focusing on their owners.
Right. And I suppose a puppy's attention span isn't as long as an adult, so you have to keep it, get what you can get accomplished in a short period of time.
Exactly. Yep.
And it's a very positive class.
Mm-hmm.
So, and at first I thought you shouldn't say no at all to your puppy, but I'm kind of learning that's what's your basis on that?
So when you're teaching puppies, we use a lot of positive reinforcement training, which is rewarding them for the behavior that we like, and then generally ignoring them for the behavior that we don't like. That way you're not unintentionally reinforcing something that you don't want to give attention to. Now, as far as giving corrections to puppies, our general philosophy is that you can't punish a dog for not doing the right thing if they don't know what the right thing is.
Sure.
That's why we start by teaching them the right thing, and then later, after that 6-month-old mark, when they're in the basic obedience class, we add a training collar and start to give corrections. There are exceptions for that. You can definitely tell your puppy no. But if the puppy takes that as a joke and they start barking at you or running around the room, it's not effective. So we recommend having the leash on the puppy. That way, if you say no, you can stop whatever behavior it is that they are doing instead of just saying no and then letting them continue the behavior anyways.
Yeah. And what kinds of treats? We use lots of treats. What kind of treats do you recommend in training your puppy?
So it might come as a surprise. In our board and train program in private lessons, we actually have dogs work for their dog food. So we use just their basic kibble or whatever food they're on is their reward for training. That's at home. Now, in a distracting environment like a group class where you have other dogs around, we recommend something high value. So a high value treat is something that smells good to the dog, something that's not crumbly so you don't have pieces all over the floor. Happy Howies is the name of the food. It is fantastic. I call it doggy crack because they love it. It comes in 2-pound logs. You can cut it up into different size pieces that fit with whatever size dog you have. And if you bring that to puppy class, your dog will love you. You can also use hot dogs or pieces of cheese, anything that's going to be very enticing. But
go ahead.
Happy Howies is usually a winner.
Do you sell that there?
We do.
Okay. I'm going to have to try some of that.
Yes. It's good. They love it.
Not me, but Iggy.
I was going to say.
I haven't tried it, but it's a hit with the dogs.
There you go.
And just what if your puppy uses you as a chew toy?
So when puppies are play biting is what we call it, or mouthing you, it's generally because they're bored or excited and you are down at their level or playing with them. So if your puppy is mouthing on you, you need to stand up. That prevents them from having access to your hands or your arms or whatever it is that they're biting. And we recommend having a leash on that puppy as well. If you're spending the majority of your time playing with your dog or on the ground with their dog, then why wouldn't they think that you're a toy? What do they do to toys? They grab them, they bite on them. So we recommend, standing up and working with your dog where you're standing and they're on the ground. You should be spending the majority of the time with your dog in a training session or working with them towards some objective rather than just letting them be loose in the house to do whatever they want to do. So if your puppy's using you as a chew toy, it's probably because he thinks you are a chew toy. So you need to change the dynamics in that relationship.
Isn't it amazing how common sense, does play into it?
It really does.
Yes.
Have you been a chew toy at times?
Yes.
Yes, have you?
Yes.
Okay.
But your hands aren't all chewed up, so that's
No,
good.
yeah, I'm okay. There's
a few bite marks there.
Yeah.
We've had people come to us for training, and their hands are completely chewed up.
Oh.
And they think it's normal. People think it's normal for their puppies to bite them, that it'll go away with age. You do not need to be getting chewed on by your puppy, no matter the age.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be chewed on an adult dog by an adult dog.
Yeah,
right.
That's not good.
Yeah.
If you don't want your adult dog doing it, don't let your puppy do it either.
That's it.
Because they grow up.
Yeah, they get big.
Yes.
Yeah. What kinds of dogs do you work with?
All dogs. All breeds, all ages, and all temperament and behavior types.
Pit bulls, too?
Yes, absolutely. A lot of our client dogs are pit bulls, which isn't a formal breed, but any variation of American Pit Bull Terrier we work with, absolutely.
Do pit bulls get a bad rap, in your opinion?
They do have a bad rap, and I don't think that it's fair. I have a lot of clients with pit bulls that are therapy dogs, nicest dogs in the world, very, very sweet. Mm-hmm. You could compare them to a golden retriever as far as their personalities. Now, there are a lot of, dog fighting rings and dogs bred for dog fighting. So a lot of the dogs that we get in for dog aggression issues tend to be along the lines of, sometimes the pit bull breeds. So they get the bad rap from bad owners that are irresponsible, not from being bad dogs.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because whenever you hear there's a pit bull on the next block, everyone freaks out and says, oh, no, what are we going to do? But
yeah.
They're not inherently bad. It's how they're trained as a puppy.
Yep. It goes back to genetics. What was that dog bred for, or what were the dog's parents bred for, and how is that dog raised? If you have a dog from sweet parents and grandparents and you raise it right, you can have a fantastic family dog. But if you have a dog with unknown background or a dog that was bred for dog aggression, then you might have a behavior problem that you need to work through. So it just depends. It's just like people. You know, we go back to our genetics and our childhoods and the ways that we were raised and the influences around us. Dogs are the exact same way.
Oh, okay. Now, if I went to a like scraps or something, would a dog be able to fool me and I wouldn't know that it was aggressive?
Aggressive, usually you'll see aggression from the dog, but
Right
could a
away.
dog fool you? Yes, absolutely. Dogs can be in what we call shell shock in the shelter, where they are nervous and hiding in the corner. You may not, that might be a very sensitive dog, a shy dog, or it might be a dog that's just too nervous to do anything else. We call it kind of the honeymoon period is the first 2 weeks when you bring home a new dog, whether they're from the shelter or you got them off Craigslist or from a family friend. So it usually takes about 2 weeks to see a dog's true colors, for them to relax enough in their home environment to show you their true behavior. Dogs are also very good at reading people. So if you have a dog who has the tendency to be what we call dominant by default, where they will take that leadership role in the household if you don't offer them leadership, if you don't stand up as their leader, those dogs can definitely develop behavior problems, whether it's something mild or something, pretty severe like aggression. But that's where it's important to have the dog evaluated by somebody who knows what they're doing, finding out as much information as you can on their background in order to make sure you get the dog that's the right fit for you.
Are those usually the real smart dogs?
I think most dogs are very intelligent. It's more of the manipulative dogs that can start to walk all over their owners. It doesn't make them smart or dumb. It just makes the owner unaware. So if you're unaware of your dog's behaviors and their tendencies and what they're going for, you can let them walk all over you, and that can turn into an issue that you don't realize. Doesn't make the dog intelligent. They're just opportunists. If you're easy, they'll walk all over you like a doormat.
Yeah, okay. And you work with, it sounds like you do work with a lot of vicious dogs.
We do. We have a lot of behavior cases that we work with. Absolutely. Dog aggression, people aggression, reactivity, where they're on a leash or behind a barrier and they're barking and lunging, separation anxiety, resource guarding, possession aggression, all types.
Wow.
And you find that mainly, a lot of times, you need to retrain the owners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, for something severe where the dog is a danger to someone or another animal, we do a board and train where they stay with me for training, me or one of our other trainers who's a certified behavior specialist. And in that, we're able to separate the dog from their home environment and work on that dog, addressing whatever is the root cause of their problem. Now, generally, the cause of the problem is fear, surprisingly. The most aggressive dog is actually usually a dog that's afraid. And people misdiagnose that as being a dominant dog or a bully type dog. The dog is afraid. But with that, the owners are definitely a big part. I tell them you're part of the problem and you're part of the solution. So I have to work with the owners as well.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. You probably work a lot with the owners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
Some dogs are more difficult than some owners.
It's easy to blame the dog for doing bad things when it wasn't its fault at all. It was how it was trained.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that you can tell very easily whether it's fear or something else. Oh, okay. It's in your training.
It almost always surprises the owner that their big bad dog is actually a scaredy cat.
Oh.
But dogs will self-protect. So if a dog is afraid of people, he's going to growl and bare his teeth and look menacing in order to get that person to go away. It appears that the dog is protective or dominant, and the dog just wants space or wants you to go away. So some of the most aggressive dogs that I've worked with turned out to be dogs that lacked confidence, ultimately.
Oh.
How long does it usually take for an aggressive dog like that for you to get their confidence so you can work with them?
We spend the first half of the training process, which is typically 4 weeks, building their confidence. Going back to the basics, teaching them what we want them to do, communicating with them, motivating them, establishing a good relationship, a good working relationship, and boosting their confidence. And things like agility and fit pause and treadmill and sheep herding, those are all confidence building activities. Mm-hmm. It's really not complicated. It just takes time and effort.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. So that's how you work with a timid dog. You keep them busy.
Same thing, yes. You have to meet their basic needs for exercise, training, and mental stimulation, and you start to see a better version of that dog start to develop.
Huh. Now, is there an age where a dog is untrainable?
No.
Oh.
We've worked with all ages of dogs. That's kind of the myth, is that old dogs can't learn new tricks, and it's quite the opposite. Older dogs love to train. They love learning new things. Some of my favorite clients are dogs that are 12, 13, 14 years old who come in and they learn new things and their tails are wagging the entire time because they love it.
Oh. Okay. Do you guarantee your training results?
We do, in a way. So we don't say like we're going to guarantee that we can teach this, and this to your dog in a day. That's not realistic. We do work with the clients. We go above and beyond. We meet and exceed their training goals. But at the end of the day, they're the ones that are responsible for their dogs. So we provide them with the knowledge, the information, the curriculum, the training, and then it's up to them to take that in, work with their dogs, maintain their training. Dogs are essentially part of the household as family members. I can't be responsible for you exercising or not exercising your dog, for you, following through on giving commands or not. If you say something, you have to mean it. If I tell you your dog needs to be exercised and you don't exercise your dog for a month, chances are that dog's going to start to regress. So do we guarantee our training? I'll say yes. We have very happy clients, but we don't make lofty promises and don't deliver.
Are a lot of people surprised at how much work they need to put into a dog?
I think initially a lot of people come in and think that dog training is going to be, just
a one-time
thing, a magic, wave your magic wand and my dog will be perfect. Yeah. But we try to not overwhelm them either. So we give the homework to owners piece by piece, and we explain things in a way that's easy enough to understand. And we do get results very quickly. But what I found is that a lot of owners that come in just wanting to work on walking nicely on a leash, not jumping, being crate trained, very basic things, end up staying for more. Because they see all the opportunities, like you're talking about with treadmill training and massage classes, and they're like, hey, I want to do that too. Can I do that with my dog? So it goes from being a necessity, I need my dog to behave, to a hobby. Like, what else can we do?
To be fun.
Mm-hmm.
To be fun.
Yeah.
So you agree with crate training?
Yes.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a safe place for your dog to be that provides structure in your absence.
Oh, okay.
And dogs, they need structure. They need structure in their lives.
How big should a crate be to the dog?
A little bit bigger than the dog.
Just a
little bit longer, a little bit
okay.
wider, and tall enough for them to sit in it.
Okay, not something they can romp around and play in.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's not a one-bedroom apartment with one end to pee in and the other end to sleep in. It should be just small enough that they're comfortable and they can stretch out, but not so big that they can run laps.
Okay. And how, this is off the grid here, but how long do you think a person can expect to put a dog in a crate?
That's a good question. It depends on the dog's age. So for puppies, if you have a 2-month-old puppy, they can generally hold it for about 3 hours in the crate and shouldn't be in the crate for more than 3 hours. So we do the months, or the age in months plus 1. So if you have a 6-month-old puppy, 7 hours. If you have an adult dog that's 3-4 years old, they can be in there while you're gone for work. If it's 8 hours, they can stay in it overnight if that's where you choose to have them sleep. But I tell people no more than 8 hours. That's kind of the max.
And do you not want to use it for discipline?
Not directly. So
Okay.
You don't want to punish your dog and send him to his crate every time, because then that'll become a place of punishment. Again, you want the crate to be a safe spot for your dog to go to. A lot of dogs choose to go in their crates. They like their crates, and it's a happy, calm place for them to be.
Okay.
So much to think about. I never thought it would entail this much stuff.
Brad just has kitties, don't you? Don't you, Brad?
Just two kitty cats.
Two kitty cats.
Yeah.
But maybe you want to get a dog now.
I don't think my kitties would, but no. We just have a couple minutes left, but do you have a website where people can...
do, yes.
Good.
So our website is thebusinessname.com, valork9academy.com. We also have a website that links to our original website, which is SpokaneDogTrainers.com, trainers with an S. So SpokaneDogTrainers.com is easier to remember. Otherwise, ValorK9Academy.com.
Excellent.
And maybe give them your phone number.
Sure. My phone number is 509-299-0727. And you can call and ask any questions that you have. We do free consultations. So if somebody is interested in training or they have a specific issue that they want to work on, we'll meet with the owners and meet with the dogs. It's completely free, and that lets us evaluate the dogs, answer their questions, and set up a training plan.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yes. Yes. Well, it's been fun having Amy here today, and she's a great trainer. And I would agree that anybody who has a dog would benefit from going to Amy's class.
Thank you.
If you're going to invest in a dog, you need to invest in proper training, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. If you want to enjoy your dog, you need to invest in some training, I would think.
Yes.
If you love your dog.
Yeah, if you love your dog, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And so it's the What's Happening show with Linda Samberg. And thank you, Amy, for being with us, and for Brad for keeping us on track.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Thank you.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening in Spokane? In Spokane with Linda. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening in Spokane? In Spokane with Linda.
You've been listening to the What's Happening show with Linda Sandberg here on Money Talk 1230 KSBN. Remember to hear the What's Happening show the first Monday of every month from 5 to 5:30 right here on Money Talk 1230 KSBN.